You'll get to figure out what 80 degrees like is in the winter, because you'll have some nice winters down there.
So I flew down there.
Where do they live?
They are originally from Yakima.
Funny, because there's one I've been writing to that lives in Portland area. Oh, how funny.
Teachable dog. I've had labs, other labs and stuff.
I was running in the other direction,
You can do anything you want to them. They're so hard-headed.
I talked to a couple of guys. Why?
Running a church, and we said that we thought that was a great idea because there was no church like this in Olympia at that time where doctrine was being taught, and it was good for us at the time, good for many families. At one time, we had a bunch of young people in this church. Sadly, not sadly, I mean, they all grew up and they have careers now or they're in college. And I'm appreciative of the fact that this church was a great place for our kid, Joey, to grow up and other young people to grow up. So thank you for that. And of course, Mark and Karen and Rachel and Alex and Paul did a terrific job of just orchestrating everything here at the church. We had great ministries to people. For a church our size, it was amazing the impact that we had. Supporting missionaries, supporting ministries here in town, and then during the time that Pastor Musser was pastoring this church, he still found time to write books and go to the mission field himself.
Yeah, but I can thank you for that book. I mean, it's BMW,
well,
you know.
Anyway, I got a text message I want to read here from my son Joey, who some of you know. Joey's finally found a doctoral church about the size of this one. It's in Salem, Oregon. So he drives there from Portland, which is where he lives. And he says, I listened to Pastor Joe tonight. It makes me thankful that you and Mom, thankful, he's talking about Susan and I, and how we did church when I was growing up. You never gave me that baby food fluff of church today, where there's no real truth in it, and it's just a bunch of music and a pastor taking Bible passages out of context. So thank you.
So thank you. Well, that's great.
So thank you, and thank you, Pastor Mark, for teaching me how to grow in my faith and truly learn the good truth.
Wow, that's amazing.
That was very
that's
nice.
Great.
So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to the Mussers for everything you did for our family and for the church family as well. We appreciate it. I guess this isn't a Dean Martin roast.
Yeah, it should be though.
It's much more serious than that. But thank you very much. Thank you. I know it's been hard at times, but 14 years is a long time to do this ministry. We're grateful to you for that. And we'll try to hold it down. Andy's, I think, well prepared to stand in the pulpit. And he's got a supportive family as well, so we'll be here when we get back.
I do have a business meeting. I can do it. I'm trying to. So we're here, and everybody's here. We might have some more visitors this afternoon. 1 Corinthians. But what I think we officially need to make me the church missionary. So I'll be like a self-employed part-time, just like I'm pastor. It'd be the same thing. I talked to our accountant. He sent me a bill. Just got it today. It's okay. So that's all straightened out. So this church can support us, to be the missionary, okay, without any IRS problems. So, but again, it's not. We're not going to take away from Andy. It's any outside checks that come from the outside. That's all going to be for the mission. So if we could maybe, I'd like to present a motion that the church would be allow me to be the part-time missionary for Grace Deeper Bible Church. So if that's okay, sounds okay with you?
Do we have any other candidates?
No, we don't have any candidates. But if you can think of it.
Can we vote by secret ballot?
Yeah. So, is there anybody opposed to that idea? Anybody want to have any discussion about it? So right now, what we're going to do financially in our church is all the mission money will go into savings, and then for Andy will go into check. And next summer I may try to do something different. I just did not have the time to chase this down. But apparently the church can, maybe Tom would know about this too, I don't know. But the church can open up like a doing business as, like Mark Musser Missions, some kind of account. I would have to go down to the Secretary of State or open up some kind of DBA of some kind. And then people could say Mark Musser Missions and the church, could still take the check. Anyway, I don't know. But I'm not too worried about that, because right now yeah. I think it's just keep it simple right now.
Yeah, I think you keep it
Yeah,
simple.
the best
People want to give money to you, they just designate it on their check, right?
Well, yeah. So anyway, so just to let you know about that. And then I would also like to ask, right now we raise $6,000 or a little bit more than that. And then we're getting like $500 to $700 a month, at least so far. I mean, I got to pray for us. But I would like to ask for a $300 salary each month from that mission support. So a couple of motions I'd like to ask for you guys to, okay, that sounds good. Of course, if the money's not there.
It's just a formality because the money's in the mission account. It's not anything to do with the church account.
Got nothing to do with the
It's
church.
separate. It's
So
when
I've
it just
separated
comes in
it right
for
now.
missions, you just designate that you receive it because it goes to the church.
Yeah, and then Christy will take it out each month and give it to us personally. So does that sound okay with everybody, $300 a month? To be a missionary in Armenia?
Yes.
Anybody opposed?
I got a question.
Yes, Bill, please.
Does that come out of what money that comes into this church for missions already, or does this come out of what would be donations to the church?
No, it's right, any money that comes from the outside, like envelopes that are, in like an envelope, that'll be for me. All the other checks will go straight to checking this for you. Yeah, so it's the only money that go into missions would be money that I've solicited,
People that have been designated on
Yeah.
their check, people from other states and.
It'll say Grace Deeper Bible Church on it, but it comes in an envelope that says Mark Musser on it, Grace Deeper Bible Church.
No, so that's in addition to, because I know that you handed out envelopes with like 2 or 3 different addresses. For
Right.
Jim Myers Ministries.
Yes,
and
and
all that.
what you're doing is good, because that will help pay for gas when I'm going all over Kiev.
Okay.
So that's okay. So what you're doing is
They-
very
those
helpful.
organizations will give you money.
And then Christy is giving some money to DN2 for us too, so that's okay. She was doing it all along anyway. So that's okay. So don't worry about that. This check comes from the outside, it's Mark Perkins from Colorado, so that'll go straight to our mission account. Yeah.
So you've already solicited checks from other people that
Yeah.
will be coming into our church.
Yeah, so any kind of check like this will go to savings. The other checks are just you guys' weekly stuff that you always do. So there's no problem. And then Bill, I've also taken care of your stuff from the past. That's all been transferred into
Forward.
Yeah,
To Andrew.
yeah, so that's all taken care of too. Yeah,
So
Julie.
has Andrew's salary been solidified?
$400 a week, yes.
Okay.
That's what we decided, and I think it's there. I think it should be okay. So we'll pray for that too. And I've just done it the $400 a week because it's easier to calculate that for the L&I stuff. And I know 52 weeks. And then also the keeping charge of the hours. I just do 240 hours every quarter. So that's how I've done it, just for my own sake. And you can do it any way you want. So anyway, okay, that sounds okay then.
So like for the $300, that comes out of any checks that are sent with Mark Musser Ministries on there. And then if there's no money for it though, the $300 doesn't count that much.
No, the $300 a month would just come strictly out of our savings because all of these checks go straight into savings. All the other checks will go into Andy, for Andy's check. If we have to open up a new account, we get nothing but money piling in, we'll have to do something. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's okay. And so, and you know, basically over the years, the $400 a month or a week has paid for everything. And there'll be some other expenses, you know, that come along. So that, you know, the checking is never going to grow too big to where, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. So it's okay. So as far as the last several years, that's been pretty consistent. So, and then I'm going to start to, hopefully we'll have enough money to help Washington missions right now our church has money set aside for him until December. And $300 a month has already been designated for him. But anyway, hopefully we'll have enough in missions to cover him too. Yes, Tom.
Is this on an annual basis? Is this presented to the floor once a year?
I'll hopefully ask for a raise.
Rather check with Andy about that first.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So what, we're gonna do it again this date, next year?
No, we'll do it next, anytime. I'm not sure. We'll have to do it. Yeah, annual meeting. We'll have two meetings now, one a missionary meeting and then a normal church business meeting in December, like you guys always do. And the other thing is that I have asked, Dr. Wainhouse wants me to be involved in the doctoral program, so I have applied for that. And that means that our mission account will help pay for that, and it's not going to cost you guys anything. So we'll do it through the church because then I get a half discount with that. In fact, Tom knows about it because
it goes through a church organization.
Yeah, as long as it goes to a church organization, then they supply half the tuition. Yeah. So it's like a, what do you call it? Scholarship almost. Yeah, I guess it would be like a scholarship. So if that sounds okay to you, again, it's not going to cost you guys anything for that. It's just a mission savings, and if I have to put my own money and pump it in there, it's okay. I don't care. It's just at this point. So anyway, if that sounds okay to you guys, so we got three things that we can do the doctoral program at Mark Musser through the church, so we'll keep Christy busy. She does the minutes for us. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Any discussion? Well, it's going to be a while. But give me an excuse for writing the book. I got an idea that I want to write. I've kind of kicked it around for a number of years, ever since ever. And I think it'll be good.
I have one more question.
Yes,
Just to
Julie.
clarify on this question. So if you're donating to, if we want to donate directly for you, then we put that on the check. If we want to donate to a different mission.
No, what I would do is just grab some envelopes. If you want to donate to me, I got a bunch of envelopes back there in the back. You can grab a few and then just mail it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be the best way. Just to keep it clean.
That is it, what is she has the Grace Redeemer Bible Church and then Mark
Grace
Musser.
Redeemer Bible Church. Just
Then Mark
the
Musser
IRS,
Missions.
you cannot designate money to an individual. So you just say Grace Redeemer Bible Church, put it in that envelope, and then there's going to be no questions asked. There's nothing to it. So that's how I've done it. I've done it to the envelope rather than through the check. So you don't have to sit there and say for Mark Musser.
And then is the mail good to Armenia? Like if we want to ship you a care package?
No.
Peanut butter? No
mail.
You can go to Ukraine, and then I can pick it up in Ukraine. But at this point,
No mail.
Okay.
we're okay for a while.
Okay.
Is there no shipping?
They will
No,
get it to us, so it
it's
doesn't
not.
charge us.
And
an
then
arm
plus the
and
customs, okay.
It won't
They'll
come
nail
to
you
us.
with customs.
Okay.
So that'll even be worse than the
Disappear
shipping.
They'll go on the black market.
It'll go on the black market.
Don't even try. So it's a former Russian Soviet Union country, and it's more Russian than, they're pro-Russian, so it's got some issues with that, even though they just recently had a rebellion. So anyway, we have had a great time here. It's been a wonderful ministry. It's amazing, our little church, the things that go on. We do things, a lot of things on the cheap. We got a lot of churches that are paying all kinds of money for a lot of foolishness. It's not probably even half of things really. So I'm not trying to be arrogant or be critical. It's just a fact. This is what's going on. So it's been a really good ministry. So anyway, I think with that in mind, one more thing. Today, during the lunch hour or whatever, if I can get people to, I've got my newsletter, my latest newsletter. I'd like to get that mailed out. Maybe people can take 10 newsletters, fold them up, put them into the envelopes provided, lick it, and we'll get this mailed out this week, okay? So just if 10 people do it, it'll go really fast. I got a mailing list of 130 people. So, and then we'll put the envelopes in there too, the support envelopes. So that's how, then you'll kind of see how it works, how it separates what Andy's doing and what I'm doing. Okay, Andy, come on up and you're going to talk about And I'm sorry, we're out of books here. They all finally went. We had quite a few.
Years probably. We've been out here about 27 years now. And I've said it before, I've been very thankful that we've had this church. I was thankful that when you came back from the mission field a number of years ago, you started this church, and just thank God that we've had you and Karen and your family and all you've meant to us. Having a church where you hear the Word of God every Sunday is not something to be taken for granted, and we lack that in our society. We lack that here in Olympia. We lack it almost everywhere, right? But I really do appreciate that. It's fed my soul, my spirit, and I'm going to miss you. I know you guys will be back next summer. We have certainly every confidence in Andy. I mean, it's by having Andy. I don't know how long Andy and Sarah have been in our church now. 5 years, 6 years, 4 years. I mean, just to have you guys come to our church and then see that growth in Andy and growth in the ministry and his teaching, allows you to go on the mission field, which I've always been convinced that's where your heart is. And that, anyway, I just want to thank you, Mark, really for everything. You're welcome. Appreciate it. So, 1 Corinthians chapter 15
I'm impressed that I figured out how to do that. I mean, it's not hard to do,
but we don't have one.
With a mom and pop or
Yeah, you probably should do it.